Today on the morning commute, we're going to talk a little bit about disappointment, about change, about different perceptions that our team members have that are different from ourselves or maybe inside of our own groups. And so I'm going to use this because you guys know I love metaphors. I'm going to turn around a little bit here. I'm in Florida and I'm telling you I'm disappointed. I'm at Clearwater Beach. I'm at a conference. Love the conference, love the people that are here. But the weather, as you can see, it's not so great. And I was really, for those of you, I'll come back in because it's raining. For those of you who follow me, you know I travel a lot and I get to see some great places. Getting ready to go to Ireland and London and Boston, and I get to travel a lot. So I see a lot of stuff. And I get excited and I get things inside of my mind that later sometimes become disappointments because I've ramped it up too much. So it occurred to me, sorry, I'm trying to find a light. It occurred to me a couple of things. Yesterday when I was doing my presentation at the forum, we were talking a little bit about what I had videoed about yesterday on the emotional side. And one of the activities was having the different folks from that absolutely have, by the way, come from all over the place, to talk about activities on the emotional when it comes to what do you see, what do you feel, what do you hear. And I'd given them a keyword team, and to talk about how would that show up inside of their organization and their team, and what would their employees say, what would they feel, what would they do. And what was interesting is initially the groups, there was 5 tables, they talked about, well, it was kind of hard because we have different size organizations, and most of them are 100,000 employees or more that were there, by the way. And so, you know, it's very diverse. Some were retail, some were hospitals, some were, what am I missing? Technical on the IT side. And so I kind of laughed and I said, well, isn't that the same as inside of the different departments, that everybody has different perspectives on what they take away? And then this morning, as I woke up to another dreary day inside of Florida, and I'm disappointed, I was thinking, you know, how many times do we go to our team and they're excited about maybe a new rollout of something? You're usually not excited. But we go into a plan and we think that we are going to give them something that is new and exciting, but in their minds, they come out disappointed or frustrated that yet, here's another thing that we're trying to do. And I was just getting comfortable at doing the thing that I was doing, and now here you come with something else. So for them, those are traffic jams. Those are detours. Those are obstacles that really get in the way. So when you're doing things like this, you really need to understand, sorry, I'm like so shaky this morning for some reason. You really need to understand what's going inside of their mindset, and you need to dive into the conversations, whether it's one-on-one with the leads that you have inside of the rollout teams, or whether it is the lead of the actual department, or maybe somebody who's a high potential. You need to have conversations with them to literally find out what they think is working, what they think is not working, what can we do to level up before we begin to roll out. The beginning stage of everything in life is the most important stage. When we think about the fundamentals of raising our kids, it's that initial how we're bringing them up and the boundaries that we set inside of our house. The same thing when you're doing that with your employees. When people go off track with expectations, it's up to you to pull them in. And you, meaning leader, manager, peer. So I know I just gave you 3 different things today. One was, how do we recoup from and get our mindset right when we've been disappointed? Number 2 was the conversations that we have with people to reel them in when we see disappointment or emotional, maybe temporary disengagement. And then number 3 was realizing that the people that you work with have different explanations of what expectations of, with a simple word, is what does it mean to be a team member? And how do you get them back on point? So I know today's morning commute via Florida was a little bit longer, but I hope you got those 3 points, and I hope you have an amazing day. I've shifted my mindset. I'm super excited to be here and to go down again to have another great set of conversations with some amazing people that are here at the Human Capital Forum. So until then, until next week on the morning commute, which will be coming to you from Boston next week, have a super day. And remember, culture does matter, and it starts with people. I'm Shelley Smith, by the way.